Hello, good morning everyone. It is 8th of December 2016 and this is Devaraja Mayuran with the news highlights of today's English dailies for Athavan News. As usual, let me begin with the news highlights of Daily Mirror, whose headline writes Sri Lanka to be made a global mega city, says Prime Minister. Sri Lanka will be developed into a global city that will go between Dubai and Singapore, where national trade and movement is concerned, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said yesterday. Our objective is to make Sri Lanka the most competitive nation in the Indian Ocean and to develop the island as a mega city for the region that will go on between Singapore and Dubai and thus make it competitive, and the time has come for us to think about how we are going to do it, said the Prime Minister. The news below it says consultation on domestic mechanism next week. The consultation process for the domestic mechanism relating to the war will begin next week, Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira yesterday said. Another news says imminent arrest of Mahinda Rajapaksa regime bigwigs. Cabinet spokesman and Minister Rajitha Senaratne yesterday said the number of high and mighty in the Mahinda Rajapaksa administration are to be arrested by the law enforcement authorities soon, as inquiries on cases of corruption, embezzlement, crime and misrule allegedly committed with their direct involvement have been concluded. The news right below it says Ratna Arakshaka Lanka controversy Gotha at Presidential Commission. Former Defense Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and several Navy officials yesterday appeared before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate and inquire into serious acts of frauds, corruption and abuse of power, state resources and privileges to give a statement over the Ratna Arakshaka Lanka controversy. And the news says FCID team visits CSN again. Financial Crimes Investigation Division police officers yesterday visited the Carlton Sports Network television station to collect data of the emails in connection with the ongoing investigations. Another news says Empilipitia tense as one succumbs to injuries. A tense atmosphere prevailed in the Empilipitia town yesterday due to a civil commotion in the wake of the death of a resident of the area who had fallen off the third floor of a house during a clash between the police and guests of a function on Monday night. With that story, I just moved to the news highlights of Daily News, whose headline writes Attempt on President's Life in 2006, Presidential Pardon for Attempted Assassin. The ex-LTTE combatant who was convicted for making an abortive attempt on the life of President Maithripala Sirisena when he was serving as Mahavali Development Minister between 2005 and 2006 is likely to receive presidential clemency, counsel for the accused appellant informed the Court of Appeal yesterday. A news says each ministry to submit their yearly plans to Cabinet. Cabinet ministers would submit their ministry's annual plans at the cabinet meetings, Mass Media and Parliamentary Reforms Minister Gayantha Karunatilaka said yesterday. Another news says Rogida Abhay Gunawardena indicted in High Court. The Director General of the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption yesterday filed an indictment in the Colombo High Court on 2 counts against former Minister Rohida Abhay Gunawardena for the unlawful acquisition of assets estimated Rs 41.1 million. Another news at the right top corner says National Ceremony to mark President's first year in office today. The national ceremony to mark the completion of the first year of democratic governance under the presidency of Maithripala Sirisena will be celebrated under the theme Compassionate Governance, Stable Country. Another news below it says Tajuddin CCTV video footage caught allows CID to seek foreign analytical report. Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishant Piris yesterday allowed the CID to seek the assistance of the Advanced Foreign Forensic Laboratories to analyze the CCTV footage of the vehicle of former rugby player Wasim Tajuddin. The news below it says FCID orders probe into SLTB financial frauds. Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishant Piris yesterday ordered the Financial Crimes Investigation Division to conduct further investigation into financial frauds said to have taken place at the Sri Lanka Transport Board. Finally, let me take a quick look at the news highlights of Ceylon today, which celebrates Maitri's completion of 1 year in office as putting it at the top. President Maithripala Sirisena makes 1 year of his tenure in office as president after securing victory over former President Mahinda Rajapaksa in the election conducted on 8 January 2015. Another news says Soros visit vote of confidence in Lanka. Harvard economics professor Ricardo Husman said yesterday that global investor George Soros' visit to Sri Lanka was a de facto vote of confidence in the island. Another news says interference in Egnalikoda case, Justice Ministry Secretary on the radar. Cabinet spokesman Minister Rajitha Senaratne said he will lodge a complaint with the President regarding the conduct of Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Justice and Law Reforms Suhada Gamlath. Senaratne made this statement in response to being asked for a comment on reports that Gamlath had allegedly tried to interfere in the probe into the disappearance of journalist Pragit Egnalikoda. Other news says JVP protests against government today. The Janata Vimukti Peramuna will step out onto the roads in Nugegoda today in a protest march against the government and wind up at the Anand Samarakon Open Air Theatre to stage a mass rally to urge the government to honor the mandate given by the people. With that story, I am wrapping up the news session and hope to meet you tomorrow too with the news highlights of tomorrow's newspapers. Please join us tomorrow. Have a nice day. Goodbye.